COVID-19 has imposed serious threat to the many industries such as transportation, manufacturing, entertainment, and etc. Out of them, the tourism and hospitality sector has taken by the worst hit in the recent past. The COVID-19 pandemic has also impacted the event industry immensely, which is also a major contributor of the tourism industry. Because of the significance of this problem, we hope to discuss about how does this current situation affect the event sector in Sri Lanka and how can the event sector be revived. To get a clear idea about this issue, we invited Mrs. Paddy Paul, the Managing Director of Golden Easy Travels, to share her expertise idea about the impacts of COVID-19 on event sector and way forward. So ma'am, you are warmly welcome to the today's discussion.
Thank you very much for inviting me for this interview. I am here representing the MICE Association, SLAPCO, and we are also an affiliated member of SLITO, the apex body of inbound tour operators. Yes, you are right. This segment has been very badly affected by the pandemic, in addition to the leisure tourism. This particular segment is a very high yield segment, and the plans for this segment is done very well in advance. So be it a meeting, be it an association meeting, be it a corporate meeting, be it an incentive, an exhibition, we really have to plan well in advance, and people invest a lot of effort, time and money at least 2 years in advance. So we also use a large number of manpower to handle our events, because it requires from team building to lighting to entertainment. So we actually use a lot of manpower as well. Therefore, the foreign exchange contribution to the national grid is also very high. And our per night spend per client in this particular segment is $200 to $250 per night, against a leisure traveler who spends approximately $170 per night.
COVID-19 pandemic have led the world to abandon and postpone some of the major events around the world, including World Ice Hockey Tournament in Zurich to horse racing World Cup in Dubai. As of now, the Japan Olympic Games also join with the same list. Ma'am, first I would like to know your opinion about the volume and value of Sri Lanka event industry and the estimated loss due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
As I explained in my first question, the arrivals, at least we estimate 10 to 15% of our annual arrivals into Sri Lanka, which is about 350 to 400,000 foreign guests. And the people who participate are majorly foreigners on all of our events. Even if it's an exhibition, we do have quite a number of foreigners who actually participate in these events. Thereby, this segment being hampered now with the pandemic is actually a major loss to the destination and to the people who handle these events. In addition, also to the human resources, because all of these people who use the human resources and all our suppliers are also without any income at the moment. So it is very, very badly affected.
In Sri Lanka, event management company has a significant role of tourism industry, because they are one of the reasons that attract a large number of international and local tourists. However, under the COVID-19 pandemic, these companies had to or will have to cancel or postpone their events which were to be held in the future. As a matter of fact, we know those organizations have already invested a lot of resources and had completed many pre-planning phases. So, given the event management sector in Sri Lanka is catastrophic, what are the actions that these event management companies can take to cover or minimize the losses?
Yes, we should capitalize on the way we have managed to control the pandemic, which is actually to our advantage, and we have done very well in this regard. So we need to use this as a USB. Since most of our competition, competing destinations have not been able to control it as much as we have done. For example, India. We also have to look at the short haul destinations for a start, because this is what will actually, for international travel, for the MICE business, this is what will come out first. So we could look at ASEAN countries and the SAARC region, which could be potential areas for us to tap into. Meetings and conferences will definitely come back faster, as professionals must meet. So there could be hybrid meetings together with physical presence. But I would say the incentive and the exhibition business will probably take a little bit longer, because physical meeting for these two events is a must. So we really need to be very, when we do our promotions and marketing, we have to be market specific and be able to tap into these potential markets very quickly and aggressively, because everybody is in the region are going to do the same. So we have to think hard, be very creative, and then try to tap into the potential that is available for Sri Lanka.
Government has to play a vital role to protect industry and the stakeholders during the turbulence times. We also witnessed that Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority has waived off the annual registration fee from travel agencies, hotels and guides. However, the event industry varies from the birthday celebration at home to mega events conducted at BMICH. In order to protect the event sector by large, what kind of an involvement do you expect from the government to protect the industry during this downturn?
Yes, to be very honest, the tourism sector at large has not got any kind of support apart from waiving of licensing and VAT payment and things like that. But it is extremely difficult for companies to hold on to their staff because with zero income, it is extremely hard. And also this segment being a very specialized segment, the staff that we use are qualified and very well trained. And to be able to retain this staff and to keep them in our fold, we also pay a much higher salary. So it is very hard at this time to actually hold on to the staff without getting much support from the government. We also need the government to look into some of the critical areas that actually hamper the MICE industry. We also need to get the 8% VAT that exempted from the events and meeting business, which is enjoyed by the hotels and the inbound business. We also have to get some regulation brought into the system, whereby we are able to work along with foreign companies that come and conduct business here. So we have to find the mechanism how we can welcome them, but at the same time ensure that they bring foreign currency and also pay all the taxes which the government needs at this time.
Now we are stepping into different era where the health standard will be strictly followed. For instance, 1 meter distance regulation and mandatory of wearing of mask. Provided that the COVID-19 have an irreversible impact over the people's gathering. How do you see the future of event sector both globally and locally?
Yes, I agree that this particular segment has to be really very creative and very forward thinking, because I think for a couple of years physical meeting would be difficult. However, it will never go out of fashion. people will have to meet, and unless they have that personal interaction and that networking, this segment will not grow. However much technology has advanced, people really have to gather. We have to, practice social distancing and also follow regulations in different countries with health guidelines. We obviously have to follow those. But having said that, it is the meetings business, events business will never go out of the window, because corporates, associations must meet, and it's something that we have to learn to live with over this hopefully short period of time, but the gathering of people will be there for sure.
These days, we see a lot of online conferences, meetings, and discussions taking place through various social media platforms. And the intent of the things are providing some kind of solution to the existing business operations. So, what is the role of technology to protect the event sector during the global emergencies like this in the future?
Actually, in our business, an event is an experience. Whether it be a meeting, whether it be a conference, whether it's an incentive, whether it's an exhibition, it is an experience. Unless you go there physically, you cannot experience the real decor or the real ambience that comes with it. Technology will be a value addition, and this I think a lot of us have learned during these few months that we have stayed home, because I don't think many of us even use the Zoom, for example. So everybody will become tech savvy for sure, but it cannot replace the human interaction in events. So for example, if you go to a cricket match or a musical show, can you imagine the impact without spectators and audience? It cannot happen. So I am very, very confident that definitely in time, once we arrest the pandemic, I'm sure definitely events will come and technology will be used at a higher level than it did before. This is for sure. But definitely interaction of people will reign supreme. I can tell you that.
There is a sizable number of students learning event management as a subject island-wide. Our initial plan was to join with the event sector upon the graduation. So, as the student learning event management as a subject, how should we prepare ourselves to meet the challenging future conditions in the event management sector?
I firmly believe that this is a fantastic industry, the tourism industry. It is a very hard, you have to work very hard in this industry, but it's a very satisfying industry, because only people who are passionate about people and who have to dedicate their time, more or less 24 hours. But it's a fantastic segment of the tourism industry, because with each event, you learn something different. It's a learning curve. Even though we go and qualify ourselves and get certificates, we never get the same experience that we get unless we do it and we are hands-on. So safety and health will play a huge role for a couple of years more. Business will be slow, the pickup will be slow, but I think Sri Lanka, being where it is positioned, will come out of this pandemic very fast if we tap the correct markets and we do market-specific promotions. Because what is good for Europe is not good for the Asian region. So we need to be extremely creative. So younger people with technology, with the use of technology and with the environment, you have to build up something very creative, which should be a value addition to what you are going to give. Event business will never go away and it will never be out of fashion. So it is here to stay because people must meet face to face, communicate, and build up the networking, which brings business to every destination. So I would urge all you students to look at it very carefully. It's a very slow process. You don't invest today and you get returns tomorrow. So you need to be patient, but it's a fantastic segment of the tourism industry.
I firmly believe that this discussion could shed more light on the current stagnated situation and its impact on the event management industry. And we would like to give our heartfelt gratitude to our resource person, Mrs. Paddy Fall, for her valuable contribution to success our discussion. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, and I hope that I have been contributing some valuable input for your students. Thank you.